Welcome back to the Writer's Room. I'm so excited that we are kicking off our best-selling book boot camp today. So you can still join with the link here. And that's all in preparation for our fall retreat, where we're going to build on the boot camp and talk about not only finishing our writing projects, but creating change in the world, positive ripple effects, books and thought leadership that starts movements. So again, put both these links here, because if you have not signed up for those, we want to see you at these events. And you can sign up today completely free for both of them. So that's our gift to you. What we're going to talk about today is some craft, because as we prepare, whether we're writing fiction, nonfiction, poetry, articles, blogs, the deal that we want to make with our reader, right, is that it's riveting, that they lean in, that they take in the offering that we've given them in the form of our story or our content, and that they remember it long after their eyes lift from the page or the screen. And so I want to turn to an author who I've talked about a little bit this summer. I think she's phenomenal, Elizabeth McCracken, just a master of craft. I feel like she wields her swords powerfully. And I want to talk about how we make something riveting, right? Like, why can one person write about a topic and we are just so bored and want to throw the book down and go watch TV? And another author could be writing about the exact same subject and we are immersed, we're engrossed, we cannot tear ourselves away. We don't want anyone to interrupt us. Same topic, could be even the same similar content. Why is one riveting and one's not? So I always love looking behind the curtain and looking at what authors do to create this experience. And one of the things that I've noticed over and over again is that the authors that keep us glued to the page are really working with language in a way that is unexpected. So there's an element of surprise, which is delightful to our minds and brains. They are willing to say the thing that most people don't want to say. So whether it's fiction or nonfiction, being able to, reveal the maybe not so pretty truth of what someone's thinking helps us see past the masks, and it helps it be okay for us to maybe have some of the thoughts that aren't as, acceptable, right? Maybe annoyances with our family or judgments that we have or whatever it is. Like, we hear a character do it or an author do it and we say, oh, like, I'm not such a monster. It's okay. Human beings have this. Now, we don't want to live there, but so there's an element of disclosure and like deep candor and honesty that maybe a lot of people in the world aren't going to reveal in their regular life, that gets revealed in writing. And then this idea of surprise with language, interesting metaphors or similes, or just a unique way of looking at something. And then again, a really lovely pace that just keeps things moving. So we're not kind of, oh, no, 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 no. Now I say that, but there's a woman in my writing master's program named Catherine, who's a phenomenal writer. And she wrote a scene about like paint peeling off of the front of I don't know, remember if it was a woodshed or a cabin. Anyway, she was like, I'm so scared to present this because I'm writing 6 pages on this. And it was like it was incredible. Everyone in the class was berserk for this scene that she'd written. And they were literally watching paint peel. I mean, it's like, it should not have worked. It was incredible. Why? Because she was using the paint peeling as subtext and as a vehicle for everything that was not being said. All the tension was loaded into this scene. So you can make anything incredibly compelling when you say it in an unexpected way. You reveal truths that maybe other people don't want to share in polite society. You use what you're talking about to actually represent and be subtext for like deep tensions and unsaid emotions and truths between characters or the environment. And you just allow there to be like cause and effect momentum. So I just want to hone in on one of these, because those are all, like, we could do a whole workshop on each and every one of them. But I want to read from The Souvenir Museum. Elizabeth McCracken is one of my favorite books I've read this year so far. And I just want to, okay, so she is talking about Legos, right? I'm the mother of a boy, and boys and girls, many people, kids love Legos. They are a hazard. Every parent or aunt and uncle or teacher or whatever those Legos around has probably stepped on one and screamed expletives, right? It's like they go everywhere. They're fabulous. It's an awesome toy, and they're a menace. Okay, so this is not that interesting, like Lego, whatever. However, look at how she is able to talk about her child, a very domestic scene that could be considered kind of boring, to build the character that's going to, go on this adventure. This is her son. Listen to what she says about the Legos. Even the gift shop was disappointing. He'd been imagining something he couldn't imagine, some immense box that would allow him to build what? A suit of Lego, a turreted city big enough to live in, Denmark itself. So they're going to like the real Legoland in Denmark, and it's a disappointment. He did not dream in Lego, not anymore, but sometimes he still raked his hand through the bins of it beneath his bed as a kind of rosary to remind himself that the world, like Lego, was solid, mutable, both. I mean, so listen to this. We have a simile. He raked his hand through the Legos like a rosary. So where she's doing a lot here. She's revealing character because he's not like so little anymore that he's dreaming in Lego, right? And she is showing that he has big dreams and he's creative. A city built big enough to live in out of Lego, or a whole suit of armor out of Lego. That's what he thought maybe would happen at Legoland, but it's just like an amusement park with a bunch of stuff, right? And he did not dream in Lego, not anymore. So we know that he was passionate about this toy and this experience and the creativity that it unlocked. But sometimes he still raked his hand through the bins of it beneath his bed as a kind of rosary. And that's just, first of all, raking the hands in unusual verbs are great, right? Raking the hands through the bin of Legos that he still keeps under his bed. He's at this point between being a little kid and a bigger kid. We know adolescence is on the horizon, and he still like has the Legos there as a kind of comfort. And I mean, like the rosary. See, we don't want to do a simile that's too close to what someone would think of. The delight of a simile or metaphor is the unexpected juxtaposition. So like the Lego becoming rosary beads, I certainly have never heard that before. It's amazing. And then we get something profound, right? A revealing of a deeper truth to remind himself that the world, like Lego, was solid and mutable both. So we get like a deeper message going on. Isn't that fabulous? So what I want to offer for this week is do the boot camp, sign up for the retreat, and reminding, like try this out. Take something mundane, filling a glass of water, a bush, and really play with it. Play with the different, like, so you could just do an Elizabeth McCracken. I like when people break things down. So you're going to take a mundane thing, like she took Lego, and use one unusual verb to describe the character interacting with it. So this is him raking his hand through the bins, okay? An unusual verb. It wasn't building with it, playing with it. Those are the things we'd expect with Lego. He's now raking through. So one unusual verb, then come up with a simile or metaphor that's unexpected. So in this case, she did, the Legos as rosary beads. And then reveal one deeper thing that this object or this thing is bringing out of your character. In this case, this is a child between worlds, between young child, older, looming on adolescence, and he's in that in between space. Have some fun with this. One unusual verb, one similar metaphor, and then just reveal something deeper about the character in relation to that object. I can't wait to see what you come up with. See you on the boot camp.